Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Tuesday, the 25th of November, 2025. Looking at the synoptic here to begin with, midnight last night, we could see this area of low pressure to the east of the UK that was bringing lots of nasty unsettled weather we had yesterday. What we can also see is this high pressure beginning to ridge its way up from the Azores direction. By midday today, that's not moved a great deal, but those lows have sort of cleared off the chart there to the east. And we have an area of relatively clear air, moderately high pressure here, so sort of 1020, 1016. So certainly an increase on yesterday, and no particular frontal activity over the UK. A fairly large drop in the North Sea, moving towards the north of England and Scotland, and we've got a convergence here on the west coast of the UK. That's been more or less stationary for the last couple of days, and there's evidence of that on the satellite picture as well as the rain radar. We run it through into tomorrow midnight. That high is getting a little bit closer, trying to hold off some of this unsettled low pressure weather to the west of us. And today, tomorrow by midday should still be quite pleasant with an approaching warm front. So we can expect some upper cloud from sort of early mid-morning to early afternoon. Back to today, however, looking at the sat pic here at 8 o'clock. Not a great deal of cloud in the UK, a little bit out to the west in our areas, more or less remaining clear along with the rest of the country. Out to the west, as we were saying there, evidence of that convergence on the west coast there. And looking at the rain radar, you can also see that on the picture here. Nothing in the centre of the country that's going to cause us problems at the moment. And looking at the Met's prediction, there's nothing anticipated. The occasional coastal shower passing, but nothing in our part of the country, and it's all tracking in from the north. The Odium TAF, they're giving a wind of 330 degrees at 10 knots, visibility greater than 10 kilometers, with a few clouds at 4,500 feet. There's a Prop 30 of earlier this morning, or between 9 and 10, of scattered at 1,200, which is a possibility, but it's more or less clear at the moment with a little bit of upper cloud in place. And there's also Prop 40 between 10 and 5 this evening of scattered at 2,000. Farnborough, on the other hand, similar wind slightly lighter, 3208 knots, visibility greater than 10 with a few at 2,000 feet. There's Prop 30 in for this morning of Bricken at 1,200. At the moment, there isn't anything like that, but that may develop later on. There was, I think, first thing this morning, a little bit of broken clouds, but it is burning off, moving on fairly quickly. Spot winds to the south of us, northwesterly, about 20 knots, flying height there, reducing up towards 5,000 feet. And to the north, more or less the same, 340, 350, around 20 knots as well. On the ground for much of the day, it's northwesterly flow across the airfield there. And speeds, looking at the local Met Office forecast, somewhere in the region of 10 knots, gusting up to 20 at the max of the day, and then reducing into the late afternoon. Temperature supposedly around 7 degrees according to the GFS there, which is not too dissimilar from what the Met Office say here. Obviously feeling quite a bit cooler with that north westerly flow, and dew point there of around 2 degrees. Presently, we're at 2.5 degrees temperature, and that's been a steady reduction overnight as the cloud is cleared, and we've got a dew point of 0.2. That was the webcam at about 10 past 8 this morning. That's on the south side looking to the west, so you can see no low-level cloud as such, some of this mid-layer stuff here. We just refresh that. That's just clearing. There's nothing really to concern us there. And sky sight showing low clouds in the morning, increasing in base towards the middle of the day where we get a period of clear air. But again, there's no evidence of this at the moment. We're expecting that to remain the case, hopefully, for the rest of the day. Looking at this cloud distribution chart, this is at 9 o'clock local. Just running that through, seeing it's forecast blue for much of the day, and then by About 1 o'clock local, we start to see a sort of patch of cloud coming in from the north potentially, uh, but nothing too significant. And that's with us until the end of play. No Thames then, based on that forecast, local flying for most, the possibility of maybe some ridge flying down the South Downs. Nothing in that region there, except number 12, which is a change of 80 Z hours at Shoreham, but nothing relevant, and nothing in our area that's going to affect normal operations. So in that case, we'll move on to the glider bookings. Just the 121 today on booked flying and one K21 for the casual list. There was plenty of single seater availability and three on the casual list with one instructor. So by all means, if anybody's around and wants to help out, it would be more than welcome. Now, movement today, same time as yesterday, 11:17 local, Sun A319 coming in from Gatwick. And we should get them in today with the lack of cloud. And in summary, high pressure ridging from the southwest, bringing clearer and drier conditions. Can expect a moderate north-northwesterly flow today, possibly gusting up to 20 knots. And with that and the condition of the airfield taken into account, we'll be operating runway 27. There'll be winter ops with winching from the runway. We'll have the cables on the north side. As always, do not land or taxi across the disused runways shown here in red. And there's our airfield set up to finish. It'll be the winch on the north side. And we're aerating from the south. Tug circuits are landing south of the main runway. That's all from me this morning. We'll see you out there shortly. Let's have a good day and keep it safe. Thank you.